Welcome back. First of all, if you're new to this channel, there's a place around here. Oh, is it here or here? Anyway, there's one red place there. On it is written subscribe. Just tap it. After that, there's a bell. Tap that one too. Now, you're part of the family. Anyway, if you're a returning subscriber, I see you, fam. I see your likes, I see your comments, I see your... I don't know, what do I say again? As long as you're here with me, I see you. I see all you do. You are the fight. You are the war. We are in the buskies. Anyway, for some reasons, I was having a chat with one of my classmates, my friend, Favor. Wherever you are, if you're watching this, our discussion made it to YouTube. So she said, she doesn't know what's wrong with guys, but there are important things to discuss on a date. Let's say probably second or third date, than having just regular conversations. And I was like, okay, so important things like what? She said, genotype. Initially, I used to think that when you start discussing things like this with someone you go out on a date with at the beginning of dates, you're going to sound too forward. But to my surprise, that's not being too forward at all. So I decided to ask the question on my WhatsApp status, and I wrote, when is it the right time to discuss genotype? Is that how I put it? No, that's not what I did. I asked, when is the right time to slide in the discussion of genotype? First date, second date, or when at all is the right time? Now, some people have the argument that the right time is when you're just about to commit to a serious relationship. But I thought, if you're committing, by then there are emotions. And what if you discover that you're not compatible? Would you be strong enough to break up the relationship? Some other people are for the argument that even before you start dating the person. Okay, probably some other people will be thinking like me. I mean, they will think it's too forward. But then when? Before I post people's comments, I just want to say, if you don't see your comment, don't get offended. I got a lot of responses. Some of them are similar, so I decided to just pick from them and then post it. Okay, but before then, I think we should get a basic understanding of what we're talking about. First of all, what is genotype? You know when you look at someone and you're like, this person has a long hair, blue eyes, light skin, or this skin, all those things are as a result of the genes we have. Or when I say genes, I don't mean the genes that you wear. I mean the genes that are inside your body. I mean the ones that are responsible for your physical characteristics, right? The same way blood have genes. So let's talk about blood genes.
Usually when you breathe in air, it goes to your lungs. But red blood cells are the ones that carry it to all other parts of your body where it is needed. And it does this with the help of hemoglobin. The normal hemoglobin is hemoglobin A. But when mutation occurs, you have other types such as hemoglobin C and hemoglobin S, which is the sickle cell. And you will notice that the normal shape of the red blood cell has changed, causing obstruction and pain to the person.
But do you know that these genes, they do not exist alone. They exist in pairs, which means you're going to take one from your father and you take one from your mother. So if your father is A and your mother is A, you're going to have AA. If one of your parents is A and the other of your parents is S, so you're going to have AS. If you have one A and another one C, you have AC. Very simple. So you should check your genotype.
If you carry an S gene, it means you're a carrier of the sickle cell trait. You may not be affected, but may pass it on to your children. Africans are the most to be affected by this mutation, with Nigeria having the highest prevalence, with about 24 to 25% of the population having the trait. Now look at this table and see how you match. It is better to avoid these things so you don't ask God why.
Having an S gene means that you are a carrier of sickle cell anemia, but it does not make them less human. Like I said, SS is not less human, CC is not less human. So if you think they are less human, you need to change your notion. Now that brings us back to the question: when do you slide in the discussion of genotype? First date, second date, or when at all? So over to you. Okay, so right now I'm going to read the comments. At this point, you're free to leave your opinion in the comment box, in the comment section. Feel free to write. You can type as many times as you want. You're not being charged for typing a comment. You know that, yeah? This person said, I think these days people get to know each other's genotype during dating. Maybe just by play or some kind of discussions, let them there. But to sit down and talk about genotype proper, I think it should be when they are ready to commit to the relationship. I meant if you're seeing marriage as possible result. Okay, yeah, I think I'm on team this person. I don't think you have to outrightly ask the person, what's your genotype or something? Look for a conversation that somehow has something like that in it, and then you find a way to ask. I don't even know. It's better to just go with the flow. See that you guys have gotten to an extent that you can boldly talk about such thing. The likeness is just there, but it takes a lot to gain someone's trust and all for you to be vulnerable around each other. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. But again, I also feel if you tell someone you're AS and they feel some way about you, yeah, then that means they're not ready. This thing, I am AA, so no need to fret, but it's still important so that you know what you're signing up for. Big person nobody is sick and then you start feeling frustrated. Yeah, this is true. Absolutely right. Laws. I think the intro should be like, hello, I am so and so, in bracket, AA, and you are? Yeah, hello, I'm Caphibinna, AS, and you are? Yeah, somebody said they should make complimentary cards for these things. I mean, sometimes it will not be easy to say. So, it go good make them carry intending AS couples. We love this sweet die. Oh my God. May they go hospital, go observe the crisis. It should be on the first date too, especially if you're an AS, because now express you, they go. On the first date might seem too desperate and forward for me though. Second date is kind of okay, but I am AA, so I don't feel too pressured to ask immediately. Yeah, for example, people with kids our age may not have known about this, but what about parents with kids 10 years and below? As of 2010, most people already know of these things. Even last year, a childhood friend of mine who's AS married an AS man, because I love him. I can't imagine my life with someone else. Wow, God, when? Nothing will happen in Jesus' name. So someone replied, Mr. and Mrs. Pastor, continue to kabash, but also know that hospital bills are real too. Beyond the hospital bills, the emotional and mental trauma encore. It is important enough question to ask on maybe a third date. I feel the first and second date, you're still getting comfortable with each other and figuring out if you should entertain the idea of relationship going long term. Figuring out. I love that. Anyway, my family friends lost two kids out of 4 because she didn't bother to ask or care. Afterwards, the man left her and said she's a witch and she killed her kids for money. Guys, I think you really should think about these things. I feel like if you start asking on the first date, the person will start being like, now wow, this one is already dreaming of marriage and the future, and is it possible? And it's possible they don't even have that in mind. What's so difficult about telling your blood group and genotype? If someone mocks you for it, then you know you have dodged a bullet. True that. I am on this team. I'd rather lose a relationship than lose my child. I think it depends on your status. If a person shows interest of marriage on the first date, then you can go ahead. But if you have no issues with genotype, you can try to get to know the person more first before genotype. Exactly, same here. I am AA, so genotype is not a source of worry for me. I'd rather get to know someone before genotype. I've heard of couples that were both AS and all 3 kids they had were AS. No Sickle among them. Another couple with a big miracle, both were AS, but all the 3 kids they had were AA. So at the end of the day, you have to look at other factors of relationship, so not just genotype. Now, let's not get this confused. The topic is, when do you slide in the discussion of genotype? I am not trying to say that you don't discuss other factors of relationship. I'm just trying to ask that amidst other factors of relationship, when do you discuss genotype? Trust me, if it is about relationship, I won't even be doing this video. I am the wrong person to ask for relationship advice because I myself, I'm looking for relationship past question. If you have, dear me. I can remember back in secondary school, our bus driver was ready to marry. Hence, he used to toast different girls, and when he finds one that may be suitable, he used to carry her along in the bus and they'll be gisting as he is dropping us off. There were different girls at different times, so we got used to it. The one that involved us was the day he asked the girl her genotype. Normally, we don't know the content of their discussion, but that day, we noticed the girl was trying to beg him not to quit, and soon enough, he asked the whole bus that can't AS and AS produce SS, and we all agreed that it could, so obviously, that was the end of the relationship. The one thing that annoys me in this whole thing is the fact that some AA people don't want to marry AS people. I usually wonder who they now expect the AS people to marry. Their fellow AS? If you're AS, you're complaining. I wonder what SS will say. They feel that as AA, they must marry AA so that none of their kids will have the S gene, which would affect the type of spouse they marry. To me, that one is entitlement mentality. Because the fact that you're fully lucky with genotype doesn't mean you should begin to discriminate. Yes, you should not discriminate, but again, you should not be entitled to someone else's blood type. Everyone is free to make their choices. I don't think it's entitlement. It's more like them not wanting to take any chance. True. Me, I will ask you everything, including if you have any hereditary sickness I should be preparing for. Yeah. My team. I heard of a family, both parents were AS, all 5 kids were SS, none escaped it. So I should tell every guy that I go on a date with that I'm AS when I know I won't boyfriend any? Exactly. I'll go with this. Sometimes I feel like genotype should not be part of one's profile description though. So if you're trying to get into serious things, you don't even pass around some people. But then not everyone is trying to be serious while dating. So for now, I think I'll stop here. The comments are quite a lot. I thought I was going to be able to read it all. But leave your comments and let's see how it goes. Please, let's try to be reasonable when we are typing, and let's try to be sensitive with people because some people are emotional and then you don't just want to bash them out. Alright, I'll see your comments and I'll see you next week. Peace out.